you absolutely need to work on your freedom. Today, we want to share with you just a simple, chill, relaxed conversation of how our lives completely changed when we went from being normal to changing our identity, and therefore the results of that is being free and abundant in every single aspect. So first and foremost, I want you to understand, like right now, most of people are stuck in their 9 to 5 or stuck in their jobs, and we just wanted, because we felt like it, we just wanted to, go on the ride and just shoot this conversation, chill conversation. And we can only do that because we're free, because we worked on ourselves so much, our personal development so much, that we now get paid to help other people and to elevate them. That's one of the many cash flow systems that we have. We have plenty of different cash flow systems as well in real life, but this is one of those that you guys can see in real life, as we elevate our audience. So I wanted to tell you guys, like I was like most of the people. I was stuck in a 9 to 5 job. I was absolutely miserable, and I was depressed as well, right? So the thing that you need to understand is, like, there's nothing else like freedom. Like, freedom is truly priceless, guys. If there's anything, I would rather be broke and free than rich and enslaved in a 9 to 5. How I built my wealth and how I was able to become free was simply putting myself online back in 2020. I started posting on Instagram about personal development, which was my passion, and because I knew that so many people nowadays have mental problems. And when you think about it, guys, every single problem that you have in your life right now, if you reverse engineer everything, it's a mental problem. If you have relationship problems, for instance, maybe you're not attracting the right type of people, or you're not attracting enough people, that's because of a mental problem. Because if you had the subconscious reprogramming that allowed you to consequently get results with women, for instance, every single day, then you would have an abundance and plethora of women, and it wouldn't cause a problem. If you have financial problems, how come you're not, with all the information out there, how come you're not building your own business? Well, maybe because there's too much information. Therefore, you need to invest in a mentor and a coach that you resonate with, allowing you with a right blueprint. But why aren't you doing that? Maybe it's the fear. Maybe it's the limiting beliefs. Maybe it's because you haven't reprogrammed your subconscious mind. So it's a mental problem. Every single thing, you can relate that back to the mental problem. And that's why we say oftentimes the mental plane is the causal plane, okay? The mental plane is the causal plane. So mind is the creation of everything. You create everything in your reality, and you materialize everything in your reality from your mind. It all starts with your mind. If you don't work on your mindset, if you don't reprogram your subconscious mind, and if you don't remove your limiting beliefs, you'll never be able to get to the next level, because your mind creates all. So your reality is a reflection of the level of mind that you have. Do you want to develop the God mind, or do you want to stay stuck in a normal mind? And your mind will literally be the difference between a normal reality and a freedom reality. And when you see all these business gurus online and stuff like that, you may feel like, they're making millions and stuff like that, but look at them. Do they look healthy? Do they look happy? Now, obviously there is a fine balance between being happy and being productive and pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. But I'm going to tell you, when I look at some of those big business gurus, they're constantly working, having 16-hour days. And personally, that's not a way of living that I want. Now, depending, you may have some projects, right? You may have some periods where you want to work on some projects and be fully focused, but those business gurus usually are stuck in another rat race, which is constantly working to get the system running, because the system cannot run without them. And the thing with us, with Olivier and I, is that we've created such systems that can run without us being constantly behind. And that is how we're able to be truly free, because at the end of the day, guys, money, you can only get so much money. And after like a certain threshold of money, after a few millions, your lifestyle will not drastically change, except if you want to buy a super yacht or a super jet or whatever it is. But if you just want to be rich, classical rich, your life, you don't need so much money after that. And the true wealth is then going to be freedom, peace of mind, and serenity. Now, Olivier, how did you feel when you were stuck in the system, and now today, how do you feel when you're free? Because you've built assets online, because we've worked together, because we're working on some different investments together. Please tell the audience.
Yeah, so initially I was aiming to be a lawyer, typical societal programming. I was like, okay, in my background, no one has ever done this, law school, etc. And no one has been able to become a lawyer. So I was like, yeah, I will be proud of myself. But the more I started to talk with those people, the more I was like, that's not the vibe. Because they are too unidimensional. What do I mean by that? Except for their skills in law, they have nothing for them to show for. With women, they struggle mentally. They're depressed. They're overweight. Anyway, I was like, I don't want to be like them. I was like, I don't want to be like them. So, what could I do to be free in my mind, to be free financially, to be free and to be the best version of myself? Okay, thanks. And God does not play. God don't play dice with the universe.
God does not play dice with the universe, from Albert Einstein, right?
Okay. Yes, I met Hugo in 2023, in January 2023, and immediately the vibe was right. We had the same approach when it comes to money, when it comes to women, when it comes to men, masculinity, and he asked me, are you a coach for men because you are in shape? I was like, no, I am a lawyer. I was like, what? Stop kidding. You should be online. You should be posting about your physique, about your mindset, about you, basically. I was like, no, I'm anti-social media. I don't want to put myself out there. He was like, you should. With all the assets that you have, intellectually, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, you could help men to be the best version of themselves. And after 2-3 months of reflection, I was like, okay, fuck it. I will be online and I have nothing to lose. And let me tell you that it was the best decision that I ever made, because not only I was able to generate multiple 5 figures per week, not per month, but per week, and I'm free. Basically, I can shoot some content when I want, how I want, and I'm paid to help men to be the best version of themselves. When I compare between being a lawyer or
Stuck in the system.
now this is way better, because not only I'm financially free, but mentally I can think more clearly. I am more focused. You know, when you are not stuck in the system, you can think for yourself, because you are not relying on a paycheck, on your boss, on your colleagues or whatever. You are relying on yourself, on your skills, on the way you can help people. So yeah, if you hesitate to be online because you're scared of what people will tell will tell about you, or you are constantly self-sabotage. I was like you. 3 years ago, I was like you. It's not a matter of being perfect the first time. It's a matter of being consistent, of believing in yourself.
And the fact that you guys are scared is also because I would be scared in your place as well, because you don't know where to start. The first thing that I've ever done when I started in November 2020
I
was
want to be like her in the way. When you started in 2000.
Yeah, when I started in 2020, in November 2020, I was like you guys. I was like scared and stuff like that. But what I did, because to reduce this fear of starting, because you need more certainty, is simply that I invested in a coach and a mentor, right? I invested in a business coach and a business mentor, and therefore that allowed me. I invested in a business coach and a business mentor. On Instagram, I invested all my savings. Yes, of course, it was, risky. But then a few weeks after that, I made my first sale. And 4 months after that, I was making 5 figures a month. So this is the reality of the game. This is what you can do with the proper guidance. Most people are scared because they lack certainty in the results. That's fine. Nothing is ever certain. But you can reduce the uncertainty by simply investing in the right people. So that's exactly what Olivier did when we spoke together. And boom, now today, he's making multiple 5 figures per month, easy, right? So, and now he's time and money and location free. But I wanted to tell you guys, it's night and day. I remember when I was stuck in a 9-to-5, stuck in a job, it's not necessarily that, yes, you can get paid a lot of money or you can get paid comfortably, but it's not that is the issue. The issue is the mind freedom, because the problem with relying on a job and relying on the system is that you get lazy in terms of the way you think, number one, and number two, you don't feel free. You feel like, and you know this, you know those of you guys who have been in the system or are still in the system, you feel like your mind is entrapped in a cage, in a prison. And the beautiful thing when you're free is like you can be spontaneous, you can do anything whenever you want, you can take your trip to Bali if you want, you can go to Miami tomorrow, you can invite a girl or multiple girls to whatever date you want in the middle of the week. You have time freedom, and freedom is priceless, guys. Like, there's no amount of money that you can give me today for me to remove my freedom. Freedom is absolutely priceless. It's the best thing in the world. It literally is the best feeling in the world, because you feel so good. So guys, also how you can develop more freedom is obviously become more valuable to the marketplace and capitalize and monetize your skills. But how do you do that is by reprogramming your subconscious mind, because everything stems from the mind, guys. The mind is the causal plane, is the creation plane. And so that's why all my YouTube videos and what I do also in my coachings is heavily on the mind. Because once you have the right subconscious mind, once you reprogram the right subconscious mind, and I give you the right subconscious mind, and you have the right identity, therefore, then naturally, where your focus goes, what actions you take, what things you think about, what relationships you build, what habits you develop are naturally and automatically going to align themselves with your goals. And therefore, you don't feel like you're doing anything hard. For instance, right now, we're just having a conversation. We're just producing content. It's not hard. For most people, it's super hard to produce content because their identity is not aligned, and they're constantly fighting the fact that their identity is not aligned with that action. But for us, it's absolutely normal because it's part of our identity, and because we've reprogrammed our subconscious mind. So you see, like, everything stems from the mind. Once you have an aligned mind, everything becomes easy. And that's the difference between, for instance, when you look at Elon Musk, you wonder, like, how the fuck is he able to do all of these things? It's because it's part of his identity. It's not hard for him. He's just doing that because he finds it fun, right? So just imagine for a second, if you could close your eyes for a second and imagine if all the things that you know you should be doing that inevitably would get you success were fun, easy, and a breeze to do. How different would your life be? Just imagine if success was part of your programming and every single action, every single thought that you had was aligned with success. You would feel so good because it's not even hard to be successful then. It's like it's part of you, it's fun, it's easy. That's literally the difference between somebody who has a reprogrammed mind and aligned identity and somebody who isn't. And most people aren't. That's why we speak about the masses, right? The 99% masses, the low level of consciousness.
And let me tell you that there is no better feeling than being paid for doing what you love. Basically, elevate other, elevate men for me, and elevate men and women for Hugo. And your problem is that you limit yourself. There is no better time than now to start online. Because whatever your skills are, you can teach. You can teach to others. Mindset, body, spirituality,
relationships,
cooking. Yes, whatever you can teach. And in the beginning, you have to know that your entourage won't believe in you. That the people who don't even know you who will push you, who will buy your stuff. And let me tell you, if you can do one sale, you can do 1,000, 1 million sale. And when I say that, you should take it seriously. Why? Because I went from being anti-social media to being full social media, on social media. So take that in consideration and don't doubt yourself. You have what it takes. And just limit yourself mentally.
And the problem as well is that most people who post on social media, they don't even have a strategy. They don't even know why they're posting. And content in and of itself is a science. That's why you cannot allow yourself, if you want to make money online, you cannot allow yourself to just throw some random shit at the wall, throw some spaghetti at the wall and hope it sticks. You can't do that. You need to have some guidance. You need to have a protocol in place that allows you to treat the content strategy as a science. And with the proper content strategy, you will make sales. Why do you think it's funny? Because I saw a reel the other day comparing two guys, and there was like basically this fitness influencer that has like 700,000 followers, and he's only making 40 grand a month.
What?
Yep. And then you have another kid who has like 21K followers, and because his content strategy is dialed in, the guy is making $30,000 a month. Just imagine, he has like 1/20th of the following, but he's making nearly as much as the guy who has much more audience, simply because it's a matter of how you're targeting it and what type of content you produce.
Like in the real world, ask yourself, how can I add value to other people? What is my core message? And stick with it, stay consistent, and the universe will be like, okay, he is or she is really about it. Let's give him or her what she deserves.
And another problem that I see also as well when people want to start to post online and get paid and stuff like that, you have to discern between low tickets and high tickets. And it all comes down to your mindset. Because if you have a bad mindset, you're going to go for low ticket. You're going to accept being paid, $100, $50, or sell a school community.
By the way, don't ever take those clients.
No, never ever take low ticket clients. They're the worst, literally. So, and when you see all these influencers online that are making a bit of money, a lot of them are promoting low ticket stuff, right? So school communities, all of these things. But when you truly know what type of content strategy to follow, and you have the right mindset, that you have the possibility of charging multiple thousands of dollars. This is exactly what I taught Olivier. This is exactly what I teach all my clients: how to monetize your skills and your competency and your personal development to get paid multiple 4 figures per client. And that's how you truly become free. If you have like 100 clients that you need to take care of that paid you or 200 clients that paid you $100, then you're only making 20 grand a month. But the mental charge is so awful. And they're the worst type of client, because the people who can't invest in themselves, they expect to to pay $100 and become a millionaire overnight. Those are the worst type of client. I'm telling you, I know it doesn't make sense psychologically, but that's the reality of the game, because money follows consciousness. And when you have low level of money to invest in yourself, and you're afraid of investing in yourself, not knowing that it's the infinite amount of return on investment, then that proves to you and proves to the universe that you have a low level of consciousness, and therefore you're the type of person that will never be successful, essentially, because it's all tied down to your identity and how you perceive yourself. But for the people who invest in themselves multiple 4 figures or 5 figures, even 6 figures in themselves, and not being afraid of doing so, that proves to what? That proves to the universe that they are the G. They are people who are to be taken serious. And that's why those types of people will inevitably succeed. Like I'm telling you, as of now, I've invested over $300,000 into coaches and mentors in myself. And some of those, yeah, of course, you'll have the occasional like coach and mentor that is not super useful, but sometimes it gives you just one piece of information that can make you change everything and that can make you blow up. And so just to come back and finish off with the high ticket coaching, the reality of the game is that most people don't feel comfortable charging multiple 4 figures online because they have a subconscious programming that is negative. They have the wrong identity. If you had the right identity, it would feel normal. Just imagine, if you were worth $50 million, would you be afraid of charging 5K, 10K, 20K for a one-on-one mentorship or one-on-one coaching for 3 months or even a few weeks? Of course not, because it's peanut butter for you. It's nothing, right? So that's why it's an identity problem. Every single reality that you want is linked. That's what they've proven in quantum mechanics. Every single reality that you want is linked to a certain identity of yourself. So if you want a better reality, you need to change your identity.
And let me tell you that when I first started online, I believed so much in myself that the first sale that I made, the first sale that I made, I directly invest in myself. I invest for $2,500. I believe so much in myself that a few days later, I made other sales. So yeah, your reality as an online business owner is tied to your identity. If your business don't working,
It's not working.
It's your fault. Yeah, you're right. You have to work so much in yourself that you have constantly a flow of leads, of qualified leads. And how do you do that? With your content, you pre-select people who will resonate with your message, with your identity, with who you are, basically. So it all starts with you. And don't think that it's just online. With online business, it's matter with real people, in the real world.
Yeah, absolutely. Because every single thing is vibration, energy, and frequency, guys. And your reality is simply a materialized frequency. So whether it's on the business side, if you want to make more money, increase your frequency. If you want more girls and better quality partners, increase your frequency. If you want better health and more clarity and mental clarity and better looks, increase your frequency. Everything is tied to your frequency and vibration and identity. That's why we speak about this. I speak about this on this channel, and he speaks about this on this channel as well in French, because it's so freaking goddamn important. The difference between the you that is right now and the you that has everything that he ever wanted is just an identity. It's just an identity shift, because everything stems from the mind. You are a divine incarnation of consciousness. You are a holographic incarnation of the divine potential. And therefore, this means what? This means that you yourself are a creator. You are a creator. You have the same potential as the creator. And from this point on, that means what? You can create anything. You can create anything in this planet Earth, in this 3-dimensional realm. Obviously, you need to follow the rules and the constraints given you, and that you chose to accept before incarnating. But you are a creator as well, so you can create anything you want in your life. That's the reality of the game. More finances, better relationship, more relationship, better health, better looks, anything you want. You can create that. That's the truth. That's the reality of the game. How did I went from a shy and timid kid that was dog shit with the ladies, that was dog shit, and that felt cursed. I felt like everything that I touched turned into shit. I couldn't create any results, and I was a skinny, broke, miserable corporate, to being able to be time, money, and location free, inspiring thousands of people every single day, and having an abundance in every single aspect, in health, wealth, relationship. How come? Well, because I changed my identity first, and then naturally the thought processes followed, the emotional attitudes followed, and then the behaviors and the habits and the actions followed. Therefore, the results followed. But it all starts with your identity, guys. To conclude, quick little discussion on freedom, identity, and your mind. The level of freedom that you have in your life is directly linked to the level of your mind. The higher level of consciousness your mind is, and the higher level frequency, vibration, and identity, the easier it is going to be for you to materialize that freedom that you crave in your reality. Whether it's online, whether it's in real life, wherever it is, what type of business cash flow system that you have, I help entrepreneurs, athletes, millionaires, shareholders, or wannabe entrepreneurs that want to excel in every single aspect and that want to 10x their income leveraging identity work, subconscious reprogramming, and frequency alignment. Okay, guys, if you want to work with me, one-on-one mentorship, I only do, as of now, as of January 2026, I only do one-on-one mentorships because I want to put my full focus on people. Then click the link in the description, watch the video, and then send me a message and the DM on my new Instagram, my new underground Instagram that I've created specifically for this type of work, at I am Hugo Christensen. And guys, love you all. See you in the next episode. Freedom is priceless. Do everything in your power to develop that. See you soon. Bye-bye.